sister, mother, and friend are a few of the titles Krystal Anderson goes by.
She's my baby sister, so she's always looked up to me and called me for everything.
The 30-year-old was reported missing to the Aiken County Sheriff's Office on August 23rd. Leaving behind her 4 children, her family says she would never do this by choice.
Involuntarily breaks, yes. A few of those I have picked her up and brought her to North Carolina. But during these breaks, she's always had her children. I try to have faith and think that she's okay, that she's okay. We are not going to ever stop looking for you until we bring you home.
"30-year-old Krystal Anderson is a great sister, daughter, and most importantly, an amazing mother to her 4 children. Whenever you saw her children, you saw Krystal. Her tight-knit family of 17 siblings describe her as a bubbly person who loves TikTok and being a mother, wanting so much for herself and her children. According to her family, she's a social media influencer who uses her platform as an outlet to express the pain she endured while being in a domestically violent relationship. Krystal recently relocated to Aiken County from Columbia, the area where she grew up. She resided in the town of Wagner. On August 20th, Krystal's sister received a phone call from a man by the name of Tony Berry, the father of one of Krystal's children. He informed her that Krystal did not pick their son up from school, completely out of the ordinary for her. Her job also called to inform her family that she had not shown up or called out from work. Krystal is typically a text or a phone call away. After 3 days of attempting to get in contact with Krystal, her family officially reported her missing.
A Columbia native disappeared 2 weeks ago on August 20th. As the investigation continues, they're hoping the public can help bring her home safely.
Shadira Smothers, Krystal's sister, says it wasn't unusual to go a couple of days without hearing from her sister.
If she had issues, she would contact me. She would contact maybe her friends. Somebody always knew her whereabouts. She has never done anything like this before. I feel very much in the dark because I have not received one phone call from Aiken County, not even a call of empathy.
According to Krystal's family, she would never disappear without her kids, automatically alerting them to the fact that something was wrong. On the evening of August 20th, Tony Berry visited Krystal's home and asked her son if she had been out with another man. Her child replied yes. When Krystal arrived home, they began to argue, at which time he followed her outside of the home where the argument continued. Krystal's children heard a scream, prompting them to look outside of the window, witnessing a man placing Krystal into the trunk of a vehicle. She has not been seen or heard from since. Tony later returned to the home and informed authorities that she fled the home. Krystal's family took every measure to help Krystal leave her abusive relationship. However, each time they tried, Tony would threaten to harm the lives of the people she loved, forcing Krystal to relocate. After 17 days, the family says they checked Krystal's TikTok, noting that she went from posting frequently up to 4 videos a day to posting only 1 video last month, 2 weeks before her disappearance. While the silence from her social media presence grows louder from members of her family, the silence they feel from law enforcement is beginning to make them angry. They asked the Aiken County Sheriff's Office at what point was law enforcement agencies planning to launch a search. Investigators said they're already conducting one, an even bigger search as they describe it. When asked if there was a person of interest, the agency told the family not at the moment. According to them, they've sent notifications to all surrounding agencies, and she's listed in a national database as a missing person. But her sister feels it isn't enough, especially since the family believes Krystal's life is in danger. They say they will not stop looking until they find answers. They feel like when it comes to missing women of color, our cases are oftentimes overlooked, a widely agreed upon perspective. A Wagner police officer told deputies he spoke to Tony by phone. Tony stated Krystal had not been at the residence since August 21st and left the children with him. He claimed that he did not wish to report Krystal missing because this is something that she would do often. Since the phone conversation, Aiken County Sheriff Department have tried to reach Tony Berry, but his phone goes directly to his voicemail. 3 days after she was reported missing, Tony Berry posted on Facebook from his son's page, stating the following. Well, hey everyone. For those that know me, know me. Shadira is slandering me and my family's name. Why would you say those things about people when you don't know who you are talking about? You don't know a lot about my sister. My sister helps me with the kids when I ask her. She even helped me when your mother called DSS on Krystal and the kids were taken from her. My sister put her neck on the line and accepted them when you wouldn't. She doesn't have anything to do with what's going on, and neither do I. Why would you do that to a person? Did you know that me and Krystal and the kids were down there Saturday night because Krystal wanted oxycodone? Somebody out there had some, so that's why we were there. Did you know that we had just left Aiken from getting another batch? My sister's a good person, and you're dragging her name through the mud. Cameron and Leah have stayed weeks with my sister, almost an entire summer. I'm not wanted for anything. Why can't I go to my sister's house? Especially when I have things to do when your sister wasn't home. Those kids rode the bus on Monday, and we stayed home, but they didn't go to school on Tuesday. They weren't even at the bus stop. After you called, I then reported her missing, but the kids were saying so much other stuff that we all thought that she was out with someone else. So I had a few things to do, so I stopped at my son's house because they wanted to come in and speak to him. The kids said they hadn't seen him in a while. My son is my son, and I guess I couldn't come by his house either, trying to make us out to be monsters. I talked to you and the police. First, you were sounding funny and hanging up, not answering the phone. Then I called Wagner Police Department and talked to an officer who was trying to grill me. I told him what I knew, and I told you the same. I asked my mother, did she think I should talk to the police without a lawyer? And she said, no, you shouldn't. That's why I turned my phone off. Krystal is my baby mother, and I love her with all my heart, and I pray she's okay. But nobody knows how I should feel. Stop lying to these people. You're making these kids lie. I never told the kids what to say. They said these things on their own. Why are you saying I'm the reason she is missing when she left the house and left me and the kids there? I know I'm going to have to speak to them again, but I still don't want to talk to you. You say the cops said that I was uncooperative, but it was the same guy you were complaining about. It wasn't a crime to go by my family's house. You're telling these stories the way you want to tell them. There's no way Cam told you me and Krystal walked out of the house together. She left with her purse on her shoulder by herself. The kids saw that. You're trying to make Facebook feel that you are right with what you are saying, but you're not. I don't have Facebook, so I won't be going back and forth. Just tell the truth. I met with him today, so I said let me speak. Police did not say I couldn't see my son or my sister because you want me to be in trouble. Krystal's sister responded in a recent Facebook post stating, my sister was hurting and used social media as an outlet for her pain and a platform for help. She was so scared and tried many times to leave. Myself, my family, and friends tried to help her, but he kept coming to get her by threatening my mom's life and other people she loved. That's why she kept going back. She is selfless and put her life on the line to avoid others from being hurt. This man is demonic. We found candles he burned that says, do as I say, and it had her name and birthday on the candles. He is the devil and needs to burn in hell. Turn this man in and please help bring Krystal home. In another post, she goes on to say, a woman in Columbia, South Carolina says she was sexually assaulted and robbed last week by Tony Berry while he is a person of interest in the investigation with my missing sister. This monster is still out here running from law enforcement and terrorizing women. We have numerous people who have come forward about this man, and yet he is still on the streets. We have led law enforcement several times where we have gotten tips that Tony was last seen, and we keep being told there's not enough probable cause. How many more Black women have to be a victim of this man before there's a warrant for his arrest? There's so much evidence and statements from other victims that unfortunately I can't disclose, but there's more than enough probable cause to find this man immediately and get him off the streets. I hate to make this about race, but if these women were white, there would have been a warrant. There would have been an alert on every news station the day she was reported. My sister went missing Saturday, August 20th. She was reported Tuesday, August 23rd, but we were told maybe she doesn't want to be found. We were told there's no proof of her being missing. I guess a woman screaming and fighting and never returning to her kids is not enough proof. I guess one of the children seeing her being put in the trunk is not enough. I still have not received a call from law enforcement. Although police have officially considered him a missing person, a private investigator hired by the family received tips of Tony being spotted as recent as August 24th. Authorities conducted a search of a property and located Tony's burned vehicle along with Krystal's cell phone. Her family held a prayer vigil at Charles Drew Park. Candles were raised to the sky as those who loved Krystal joined together to find her and be at peace with the answers.
You need to speak up.
The family of Krystal Anderson says her disappearance has been an emotional roller coaster as the days searching turned to weeks. Shadira Smothers is her sister.
We are going to bring Krystal home, and her story is going to be a testimony to help other women.
On Saturday, they gathered in prayer, lighting candles for the Columbia mother of four and C.A. Johnson High School graduate.
She was very responsible. She was a good mother, a good friend to those who know her.
They say Anderson had only recently moved to Aiken County when she disappeared from her Wagner home on August 20th. Chandra Cleveland is a private investigator.
I want everyone to know from Columbia to Wagner, and we've gotten some very good leads to keep those leads coming.
News 19 reached out to the Aiken County Sheriff's Office, which is leading the investigation, for more details. The office said in a statement, "We cannot confirm anything at this time. We are actively working this case and all leads."
This is why it's so important that if anyone knows anything, to say something, no matter how small it is.
This right here, the outcome, we're going to save lives afterwards, and we're going to help other families that have experienced what we've gone through.
Chandra Cleveland says she would do whatever she can to bring Krystal Anderson home, which her family is thankful for. They say that since meeting Cleveland, they have started getting more help and guidance. Krystal's sister posted an update on Facebook stating that Tony Berry turned himself in 18 days later and walked out a free man because law enforcement claims they have no reason to hold him. Tony claims his car was stolen. He doesn't know how it ended up on fire. He claims he doesn't know where Krystal is, and she says she refuses to let her sister's disappearance be unsolved. Krystal, we are going to find you. God, please reveal to us a sign or a clue. Please give someone the courage to come forward. If there's any woman watching my sister's story and you are in an abusive relationship, I am begging you to exit that situation. Please don't think that you are different. If you need someone to talk to reach out to me, whoever you are, wherever you are. You are not alone. My sister's story will be a testimony for her to touch women across the world and help heal mothers and children that are victims of domestic violence. Krystal, we are bringing you home. You have lives to save and family and friends that are going to support you every step of the way. Bring Krystal home.